Welcome to the Stephen Hartmann podcast. I am here on location in New Orleans. We arrived yesterday. This is our second night here. We went and had some beignets this morning. That was pretty interesting. Some sugary ass like fried croissants or something like that. That was pretty tasty. We're getting ready to go have some dinner here in a little bit. Figured I'd get this podcast in before that happens. I just figured I'd fill you in on what we did so far. We got to Dallas the other night. We stayed there. Got to have some In-N-Out. That was super delicious. I was so happy to be able to do that. And then we did a little bit of swimming at the pool for a little while. It was a nice little inside pool. Had a cool little waterfall. It was pretty hot in Dallas, but man, when we got to New Orleans, that was just like a whole new level of humidity and heat altogether. Like immediately, as soon as you get out of the car, you're just like sweating. You just feel like you took a shower. It was crazy. But we're staying here at the Chateau Le Mans in the French Quarter. It's a pretty cool place. We're like a street away from Bourbon Street. It's been wild. Like right when we got here, I thought there was going to be a fight between these three chicks. They were just yelling at each other. And then like later in the night, me and my wife were just sitting on the patio, and this guy walks up and he just starts throwing beads at us. Like we're just trying to ignore him at first, but then like he doesn't stop. So I kind of acknowledge him and grab some beads, and then he's like, "Oh, that'll be $10." And I'm like, "No, you can have your fucking beads back. I'm not paying $10 for some plastic shitty beads." So after that, we went back inside. And then I would say for at least a half an hour or so, you could just hear people yelling and screaming outside. I don't know if that guy was just causing major problems or what. But he was like messing with some girls down the way too. He was throwing them beads. And then like he was like doing the same thing with us. And they're like, "Nah, man." Like they gave him a cigarette or whatever. And I guess he was like, "Let me see your tits," or something like that. But yeah, pretty crazy for the first night. And then today, like I said, we went and had some beignets. They were pretty good. Never had that before. Then we like hung out by the Mississippi River for a while, took some cool pictures. Then we just kind of walked around and did a little shopping, and came back here for a little bit. And then we went to the Museum of Death. That was pretty interesting. It was a little small though, but there was some pretty hardcore shit in there. A lot of weird photos and stuff. And they had like this theater of death where they just show you like crazy murders and people being squashed by cars, and like they pulled an arm out of an elevator door. Pretty crazy stuff. They show you like autopsies and all kinds of crazy death stuff. It was all right. It was $15 a person, and it was a pretty small little area. So I don't know if it was really worth it or not. We're gonna go eat at this place called Mambo's tonight. Apparently they have a rooftop bar, so it'd be kind of cool to go up there and check that out. But I guess it's kind of first come first serve, so I don't know if we're gonna be able to do that or not. Then tomorrow we head to Orlando. Then the next day we do Universal. Definitely looking forward to that. Well, I guess I should say Islands of Adventure, not Universal, but it's the second park of Universal. Looking forward to seeing a lot of that. The Harry Potter stuff sounds cool. Some of the rides look really fun. The Jurassic Park one looks really cool. Definitely looking forward to that. Then after that, we head to the beach definitely looking forward to that too. Just some relaxation on the beach. Like, we're pretty busy the next few days, but those 2 days when we're at the beach, it's just time to chill. Well, we're going to go on a Ferris wheel, but I don't know if we're going to be doing too much else. We'll see. This is kind of like, I'm just throwing the show together. I didn't really make any notes or anything. Kind of just doing this stuff in between doing stuff on vacation. So it's not going to be the most well-produced show. For one thing, it's my old stuff. I don't have my mixers or my new mic. I left that stuff at home. I wasn't going to bring it with me. And obviously, I didn't have the intro in here, so you don't have that. And you're probably hearing me breathe, too. Sorry. Besides that, I didn't really do any notes or anything. Like I said, I didn't really have time. I did just look at some news stuff. And like, my wife told me about this story going on in Albuquerque, I guess, that some people stole an ATM with a forklift. And I guess there was just like $13,000 just around or some shit like that. Or that's what they took. I'm not sure. But I guess they made an arrest, but I thought that was pretty crazy because we always talk about that. Why don't people steal the ATMs more often? I assume they have tracking devices. So that's probably how they got caught. But still, like, if you can do that real quick and just bounce, you could probably get like $20,000, $30,000, I would imagine. Depending on where it is. Besides that, I didn't really see too many news stories that I care about because it's all a bunch of shit about Fauci and stuff. I did see one thing. What was it? Sorry. Like I said, I didn't really plan this shit very well. Where was it? Oh, yeah, because I was just in Texas, so this one kind of made me go, oh, what an interesting story. A woman was arrested after a body of a child believed to be missing was found in a motel room in East Texas. So apparently they found this little boy like 150 miles away from his house with the boy's father's girlfriend. So I'm going to take it that she took the kid and something happened where the kid died and, you know, they were trying to hide it or something. But I would imagine she and the husband are probably going to get charged with murder. That one just kind of blew me away. I was just like, we were just in East Texas. So that was one why I was all like, yeah, we'll check this one out. But yeah, I would assume that the boy's father had something to do with it. What else did I see here? Oh, I was all like, I saw this thing. Walmart gives 740,000 associates a free Samsung. I was like, what are the odds that they give them a good Samsung? So I check it out. It's like a $400 phone. So they definitely skimped out on the phone. Like, they're definitely not giving people S20s or anything. But truthfully, I mean, I guess good for Walmart for even giving people free phones, but it's because they want them to use an app that has to do with the store as well. So, you know, it's also good for them, I guess. But yeah, besides that, I didn't really see any news stories that I really wanted to talk about. Let me check this other site real quick. Yeah, I couldn't believe how hot it was here. That was one of the first things that tripped me out. Like, it said it was 85. We go outside, and I'm just like, I'm instantly sweating. It was insane. I've never felt that kind of humidity. I know, like, I've been to, like, Florida and stuff, but it just seems so much thicker here. All right, yeah. I don't really see anything here. I will say one thing. Good news, everybody. We could stop the bit. We didn't have a mass shooting today. So I went one podcast without a mass shooting. So that bit didn't go very well. I guess that's a good thing. I didn't really want to go like 20 episodes in a row with a mass shooting. I just thought it was crazy that, like, I swear to God, it was like at least 4 in a row that's all I talked about was a mass shooting that same day. But yeah, good news. We're clear. At least for today, you know. We'll see how it goes next time. I'm trying to think of what else I'm supposed to talk about today. I think I'm supposed to do like a life story. I'm trying to think of a good one. Like, I was a pretty asshole kid. Like, I was a bully growing up. And I did a lot of mean shit to kids. So I'll tell you one of these ones that I did. I had paintball guns pretty young. Like, I think I was like 9, maybe 10 when I first got my first paintball gun. Me and my buddy Ian decided we were going to climb up this canyon, you know, where we lived in San Diego. And we had some friends that lived at the top of the canyon. And they had like a little tree fort. And we always knew they were like hanging up there, you know, playing or whatever. So we acted like we were military men. And proceeded to like crawl up this canyon. And then when we got up there, we just started shooting hundreds of paintballs into this little treehouse. I'm pretty sure we probably hit those kids several times. And paintballs hurt like crazy if you've never been hit by paintballs. And usually you have protective gear when you're playing those games. These kids were just in their treehouse. So me and my buddy Ian were assholes. We should not have done that. But yeah, all I remember is us like crawling up the hill like we were fucking Marines or some shit. Like we were on some kind of mission. And we could just hear the kids playing in their treehouse. And we just start unloading. And you could just hear them screaming. And they run into the house and we run off, and we never actually got in trouble. Like, I couldn't believe it. Like, no one actually ever either knew who it was or whatever, because no one ever said anything to us. But I just remember, I'm like, that was such an asshole thing to do. Like, we could have really messed those kids up, like if we hit them in the eye or anything, because they weren't wearing any gear. We didn't care about that shit. Like I said, I was a pretty dick kid. I realize that now. So I try not to be a dick. It's hard nowadays, though. There's a lot of fucking people that need to be treated like dicks sometimes. Then, damn, I can't do any of the shit that I would normally do today since I have no notes or anything. Like I said, I did my sports the other day, so I think I'm supposed to do a TV movie review today. The problem is I haven't watched anything. I've been on vacation. Damn. Well, I can't even... Alright, well, I'll give you one. Don't ever watch the season finale of... Okay, this show, one of my favorite shows ever. Like, it was an amazing show. Dexter had 5 or 6 great seasons. I don't know how many there are. I think there's 7. The last one went a little crazy, but it was still okay. I was fine with it all until the last episode. The last episode of Dexter has to be the worst episode of any TV I've ever seen. It made no sense. It was a cheesy way to end that series. It was like, oh, well, we don't know how to end this, but we'd like to keep him alive just so in case we want to do this show again. So we're going to write the most ridiculous ending we could fucking possibly do. And it was upsetting because, like I said, it was such a good show. It had great potential. It could have ended so much better. But the ending to that was ridiculous. So, what I always tell people, when you're watching Dexter, just finish all the episodes except for the last one. Just skip it. Just end it with that last one. The one before it, it's fine right there. Just like, okay, this is how it ends? Cool. Just don't watch that last episode. It's a waste of time. It's almost like watching the last season of Game of Thrones. Might as well not even watch it. Everything else was amazing. And then you just gave me this garbage for the last season. It's upsetting when shows do that kind of shit. It seems like HBO has problems with ending shows. They don't really know how to do it very well. Sopranos ending with their fade to black bullshit. That was pretty stupid. I guess The Wire ended pretty good. That wrapped up pretty decent. I don't know. That last season was kind of dumb, though. And then like Game of Thrones, their biggest one they ever did, they just totally shit the bed. And of course, Dexter's Showtime, so I'm not including that in there. Showtime usually seems to do pretty decent with ending shows, but then like you look at like Shameless, they're just like, we're going to keep going forever because we don't know how to end this shit. But like, I think Weeds ended pretty good. You really can't think of any other Showtime shows right now. So maybe I'm wrong there. Maybe they're just as bad as making endings. Because like I said, Dexter was horrible. Really can't think of any other. I think Ray Donovan's on there, but it's still going, so. So that's my don't watch review. Don't watch the last episode of Dexter. Don't watch the last season of Game of Thrones. Skip it. It's fine with the season before. You don't need to watch that other shit. It's just all fucking filler that these motherfuckers just wasted our time with. All right, well, not quite to 20 minutes yet, so what else can I talk about? Damn, I can't think of anything. Like I said, I'm super stoked to check out this Island of Adventures. We decided to do it instead of Universal just because they had the Jurassic Park and the Harry Potter shit. Like Universal, they didn't have those options. They just had some Harry Potter and then they had like Minions and stuff like that. So we chose the one with the Jurassic Park ride and shit. Definitely looking forward to that. It looks pretty fun. It does say it's going to be raining. Hopefully I don't have another repeat of my Disney World adventure. Hopefully it's just raining enough that not a lot of people want to go and we have the place to ourselves. It'd be amazing. Again, I'm sorry that this episode is kind of just thrown together. I just wanted to make sure there was some content out there. I know it probably doesn't sound the best, and you could probably hear me breathing and all that bullshit, but like I said, I just wanted to at least get something out there so I'm being consistent. Like I said, I at least want to make sure shit's out on Thursdays and Mondays. So there will be an episode on Monday. That one might be a little more organized because I'll have a little more time to work on it. But I'm going to try to do it while I'm sitting on the balcony at the beach. So you might be able to hear some beach noises and shit when I'm recording. Truthfully, I'm surprised you haven't been able to hear any yelling or any crazy shit going on. It's been pretty quiet, surprisingly. Like, we were hearing nonstop beeping just a little bit ago. I'm really surprised I haven't heard any since I started. If there has been, I just haven't heard it because of my headphones, I guess, but I figured out I heard it. This town has lived up to exactly what I thought it was going to be. It's a pretty crazy, kind of scary town, full of you don't know what kind of people. It's pretty gnarly. Oh yeah, we're gonna go do a ghost tour later, so I'll let you guys know how that goes. It should be pretty fun. We're gonna go do a little walk around. It's like, I guess, like a mile and a half, and I guess they're gonna show us some spots. I think one of them was like from the American Horror shit, so that's kind of cool. But I'll let you know how that goes, and then like I said, the next one I'll be in Panama City, so we'll discuss Universal and all that good shit. Let you know how all the rides were. I am going to attempt to go on almost everything, except for like the huge roller coasters that go upside down and shit. I just won't go on that. But everything else I'm going to actually attempt to do. I usually don't do rides, but I said fuck it. I'm going to give it a shot. Oops, sorry. All right. Well, I think I'm going to go ahead and end it. I know I'm pretty close to 20 minutes. I'm going to say that's good enough. Like I said, I'm sorry. It's probably not the best episode. I will try to have it a little more organized for the next one. And then I'll be home after that. So I'll be back with my mixer, my intros, my sound, and all that shit. Apparently, I can't play music because YouTube gets all pissy. So I'm going to sign up for a hosting site so I can just play whatever the fuck I want and I don't have to worry about copyright claims and shit. Because apparently they got all pissy that I put in Eminem's song last week. So I'm not going to do that. I will do like what I did with Lewis's stand-up though, because apparently they don't mind that shit. So I'll go ahead and, put that kind of audio in. But as far as music, I won't be doing that on YouTube anymore. Thank you, YouTube. Anyway, I appreciate you guys for listening. Sorry about the show. And next time it'll be a lot better. Thank you.